Hey guys, Luke here, and we're back, and I'm using a new microphone, so hopefully everything goes well. So we're going to get into the game. We're taking on a team of debutants. So I've got the list of players in a Word sheet thingy on the computer, so in case I miss it when it comes up. So I think I'm going to have to keep doing that, because there's been a few times, like on the first one, I decided that I was going to redo the first episode, so I went to go in and play it, and I didn't really check up on what my side was, and I went into it and I was like, got halfway through the team and I was like, oh, who's the forwards, who's the bench? So I had to pause it and kind of look at that sort of stuff. So here's my team, the dream team. There is potential to change it. Leave in the comments if there would be any changes. Let some suggestions on who the players would be that I should definitely bring in, and it will not be Billy Slater, just let you know right now. So here's the team of 2014, the debutante side, I should say, debutants. So we'll go into it right now. At fullback, we've got Thompson. Now, it was really hard to find an actual fullback who's playing fullback, because this year I don't think there's been any people who's debuted at fullback. I mean, I guess Mitchell Moses maybe, but I'm not that impressed with him. Yeah, so Thompson, I think he's been really consistent for the Bulldogs. He's been playing on the wing, but he actually is a fullback. A few of these guys are actually fullbacks, but they've been playing wing. So I thought that was worth noting. Yeah, so Thompson at the Bulldogs, he's played most of the games. I think he got dropped temporarily, but he came back in the side and killed it. So yeah, I expect to be seeing him in the side. I'm not sure if he'll be there next year, but he's been one of the best out of the people who debuted, and it's good to see that it's not just all these 18-year-olds debuting. He's a 23-year-old or something like that. So that was good to see. We move on to the wing position, well, the first winger, and that's he's another fullback, and that's not Zelezniak. He's another one. He's over the sideline. It's Alex Johnston from the Rabbitohs. Everyone knows who he is now. I remember seeing people talking him up as an Australian schoolboy and stuff before he played, and I was like, oh, this dude would be pretty good, but you know, won't see him for a few years. And then all of a sudden, I think my dad was like, oh, this dude's starting. He's starting for Rabbitohs, and I was like, oh, he's only young. Oh, he probably just coming in for a game or so, and he's killed it and kept Merritt out of the side. He's also kept Goodwin out of the side. So Merritt's, I mean, say what you want, but he didn't get into Origin just for no reason. He'd been destroying it through all his career. He gets in. Looks like we're going to concede here. Not that it really matters, but I haven't played it in a few games. Oh, sorry, a few days, I should say. But yeah, Johnston come in. There was Goodwin, who's also a winger, like Joel Reddy. Some dudes who played a lot of first grade. Goodwin, he played for New Zealand last year, and he's keeping him out of the side. And go on, Hank, get to that. He does, and that's the same for his the centre. Another Rabbitoh with Auva'a, or however you pronounce it. He's another one who's been keeping players out on the side. If I did it last year, probably the other centre, Walker, would be in here, but Auva'a, I think he's been one of the best people to debut this year. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say all these players are the best players, but how many people have debuted this? You know, not many people debut a year, or superstars anyway, and go and kill it the first year. For every Israel Folau, there's a lot of John Kites who come in and play pretty average and end up being no ones. And then obviously Israel Folau was saying that, you know, first year in, he came in 2008, got top try scorer, played the grand final, really good. And I think he's playing for Australia by the end of the year. Yeah, so Auva'a, he's a good solid player. Do I think he's a superstar? No, I think Walker's obviously better, but I think he's probably one of the... There's not too many centres that have debuted. I suppose there's Allwood and a few guys like that. Allwood from Raiders. Raiders debuted a different centre every week. None of them have been that impressive to me, or enough to sort of cement a spot in first grade. And Auva'a, once he's been in the squad, he hasn't dropped out, I don't think. So I think that definitely means he should get a spot in the side. And then Jacob Gagan. They might be thinking that's a little bit of a weird one, considering, you know, like I said, Raiders debuted a lot of players. But I think Gagan's been really good for the Sharks. I think he's injured right now, but there's a few Sharks players that they've debuted. A few good, a few not so good. And I think Gagan has performed pretty well. There was a few games ago. It's a little while now, but he made a try-saving tackle on someone. Like, they got on the outside of him and they're about to score, and he dived and pulled them out. It was incredible. And I just think he's been a good player. Oh, come on, Mbye, what are you doing? Yeah, so Gagan from the Sharks is the other centre. I know he's not a centre, but there just wasn't any centres who are really worth putting in the side. And then the final wing spot is Dallin Watene-Zelezniak, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Watene-Zelezniak, I don't know. DWZ is what we'll call him. Like, he's... Everybody talked him up, and I think he's had a pretty good year. I mean, has he been like a superstar? No, but he's shown enough promise. Here we go, English. He showed enough promise to me to say that he's going to be a star of the future. I mean, he is only like 18 or 19 at this stage, and you know, he's got a pretty good physique for his age. He's got a good build in him. That's what I meant by physique, but he's got a good build in him. Like, he's not real small, and he's can handle himself at first grade at this stage, which is something a lot of youngsters don't have the tendency to do. Usually come in as rakes. Just go look at Barber. When he came in 2008, he played a few games. He was like a rake, and then by the time you look at him now, and he's bulked up a lot. Pauli, I guess, is another example. A bit more bulked up now. Although I think he's probably better in 2011, but that's just time out of the game. But Zelezniak, I think he's going to be a star of the future, and I think he's had a pretty good year. Has he been playing every week? No, but he's played a fair few games, enough to make it in the side. Then we go to the half spot. This was a tough one because... Oh, why am I kicking? I'll get the ball back, thank God. What a stupid decision. Yeah, so we have Moses Mbye, the Bulldog. Now, this might be a bit of bias in here, but there just wasn't... There wasn't too many halves who debuted. I mean, look at them. We got... Like, Brooks debuted last year. Oh, shit. Graham, come on. I was pressing the dive button too and it didn't dive. Yeah, so... Brooks, like, the obvious one would be, oh, why don't you pick Luke Brooks? But he debuted last year. I know it was only one game, but I thought we should not pick him because of that. Otherwise he would be in there, I suppose. And then, who else is there? Like Moses. I don't know, he's played a few games. He hasn't really played outstanding to me, apart from the one Tigers game. I mean, Mbye hasn't really been that outstanding either, but out of the guys, I thought he was the best suited. The Canberra halfback, I think his name's Cornish. I think he's been okay, but in saying that, he's only played like 1 or 2 games, and that's in the Raiders side, so it's hard to judge. He hasn't really played. I think last week was his well, against who did they play? Sharks? Oh no, it was against Tigers. Was his like first game as starting halfback. So come on, Beamos, what a run! So yeah, I picked Mbye just based off the fact there wasn't too many. And then the other half is Sharks, Manu Ma'u, or however you pronounce it. I think he's had a really good year. He's ended due to injury, and I thought he's been a shining light in a lot of the Sharks' performances. Apart from Michael Gordon, they haven't really offered too much, but I think Brown, definitely a decent performer. Whether he will be able to play in the next few years when they get everybody back, I don't even know if his contract's next year. Who knows? But I think he's showed enough to say that he was probably one of the best halves out of all the debutants this year. Then we move to both the props. We have Shannon Boyd and Kane Evans from the Roosters, and Shannon Boyd's from the Raiders. Now, Shannon Boyd, he's played most of the year, by a few injuries, and he's kept people like Tom Lero-Lars out of the side. It's no, like, he might be coach for Ricky Stewart, but I think he's got something special in his hands with this kid. Seems weird me saying this kid, but I'm like, I'm younger than him, I think. Well, I am, I'd say. But yeah, Kane Evans, he's massive. Like, he's probably one of the biggest players in the NRL in terms of height, and he's pretty solid too. So they got a big reckon ball of him. Whether he progresses from here, it's up to him. But definitely had a good year so far. Hopefully, I was hoping we could have got an offload away there with Graham. Oh, straight through the middle. Wasn't meant to do that. I was supposed to go out to Thurston, which you're going to do right now.
Thurston, Inglis, he's clear. That's a try.
Oh, I was hoping Inglis could just run straight over the top of Corey Thompson.
Slips a pass away. He's tackled.
That was bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, and Kane Evans hasn't played a lot of games this year, but there's just a shortage of props really. On the bench, there could have been a bench spot that we could have put in the starting side, but I didn't think it really mattered. And then Eastwood smashes Kane Evans, the man we're talking about. Yeah, Evans, he's big. He's a bit lean at the moment, but he's going to fill out with time, and I think he's a pretty solid performer. And then we move on to look at how they not go forward. The hooker is Michael Lichaa. Might be a bit of bias here just because I'm a Bulldogs supporter and he's signed with the Bulldogs, but I think he's been pretty good this year. He's played for City or Country, whatever one he's at, he played in that game. Yeah, and there wasn't really too many hookers. If you can like name any other hookers, I couldn't think of any. Or in fact, I had like a lineup at least, I should say, players, and I didn't see any hookers there. I guess I could have played a half there maybe, but same reason that some pretty average halves here. And Bulldogs, I'm not saying Mbye's average or Brown's average, I'm just saying they haven't really played that well. Moving on to the second row, we've got Kyle Turner and Manu Ma'u. Manu Ma'u killed it. I think he's like 25, so it's quite weird, and we score through there. Sam Burgess. I don't really score too many of those sort of tries, but we did there. Yeah, Manu Ma'u, I think he was like 25 something, been in jail, but he's got opportunity at the Eels, and he was smashing it at the start of the season. And if you look at the time when he got injured, and you sort of see a little bit of a downfall from the Eels. So yeah, I think he's a good performer. Could have played for New Zealand possibly. A bit unlucky there, but whatever. And Kyle Turner from the Rabbitohs. I think he's played majority of the year as well. He's still in the starting lineup, even with like Teo and stuff in the side. He's still there, and I think that's credit to him. I mean, he's not the flashiest forward, but he gets the job done. He's like a workhorse. Thank God we got away with that. So yeah, that's Kyle Turner, and then Paul Carter, former Bulldog. I know all about him. He's a lot better than what I thought he was going to be. I had a little bit of an idiot off the field by the looks of things with his drink driving thing, but on the field he's pretty consistent. He's a good tackler, decent runner. I don't know why, but whenever I see him I think of Greg Bird. I don't think he'd be as, like, he's a different player to Greg Bird, but I don't know, for some reason he's a lock, I guess. That could be the reason. And then we go on to the bench. We have Lloyd Perrett, Pauli Pauli, Bryce Cartright, and we've got the Moeroa dude. I don't know his first name, but yeah, Moeroa. Lloyd Perrett, he's played a few games with the Bulldogs. Been pretty decent. I think he's only 19, so he's got a lot of improvement in him. But he's been pretty impressive, although he doesn't get that many minutes, which is a little bit of an issue at this stage of developing a player, but what can you do about it? Then we got Pauli Pauli. He's been pretty good for the Eels. I mean, he is hot and cold, but it's going to happen with a lot of these youngsters. And Bryce Cartright, everybody talked him up for a good reason. He was Holden Cup Player of the Year last year, I believe, and he's proved everybody that it's a good system, that, and it was a good judgment of players, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, he's played pretty well. He was in the starting side a little bit. Even that Yo dude could have been in the side. You could have argued.
You can see that coming.
I'm going to throw an intercept. And then the last player is Moeroa, and obviously he's played very well for the Eels. He's starting for them right now, scoring a lot of tries. Does have a few errors, but overall a good season from him. So that's the Debutant side. We beat them 12-0, I believe. See you in a sec. The tries of Burgess and Inglis. Just dominant performance, but it was always going to happen. You look at our side, not exactly Debutants. I don't think there's even one of them. So yeah, it's come to the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and yeah, hopefully you appreciate my new mic, because I really like it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, guys. I'm not sure what team we'll be against, but yeah. And also like the video and subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.